You went to the Met Gala.
Yes, I did. It was
Zsa Zsa Gabor.
Yes.
And I've been waiting to talk to you about this outfit because I told you I went to her estate sale.
Yes, what was that like?
Yeah, what Hungarian secrets did she have for you?
It was when I worked at the Daily Beast, and I got a invite that said, please come to her estate sale and write about it. So I went up in the hills.
Was that weird prince guy there? Her prince? What was his name?
Von Anhalt or something?
You're good, Louis. Yeah. Yes.
He was not there, but the things that were being sold were very creepy.
Oh, like what?
Can we stop
Her pill bottles were there.
Let me stop you for a second. In case you don't know or whatever, you're not cultured, etc. Zsa Zsa Gabor was kind of like a socialite from the 50s who had a sister named Ava Gabor who was on the show Green Acres. Okay, Zsa Zsa Gabor.
It's the place to be.
Yes. Zsa Zsa Gabor eventually became famous for simply still existing.
It's true.
She died, I believe, at the age of 99.
Yeah.
A couple years ago.
And was losing limbs. It was getting dark.
Right. But the important thing is she has a thick Hungarian accent, and we don't have any real glamour anymore. So just think of that when you think of her.
Did you have a Hungarian accent at the Met Gala?
I didn't. And also, nobody was that interested in talking to me that night, so I didn't really have to worry about it.
It's important, by the way, so you went with Ryan Murphy, and he was dressed as Liberace.
Correct. So Ryan was my fairy godfather with this whole thing, and he wrote me an email in November and said, we're going to the Met Gala. It's going to be the most glamorous thing ever. And I was like, okay. So then he came up with the idea, and the theme was camp. So he came up with the idea that he was going to be Liberace, and I was going to be Zsa Zsa, and I said, thank you. And it ended up all coming together. Christian Siriano made the dress that was based on this picture of her. And in the picture, she's holding 2 pink poodles. And we did try to get real pink poodles to have on the carpet, but Anna doesn't want that.
She said no to the dogs?
No live animals, which I said we could
live animals, not even just dogs.
No live
Specifically
animals.
no live animals.
They let James Charles at the Met Gala.
Oh. You've been dying to say that.
He's 19 years old, and I'm afraid of him.
Oh, I'm so happy I understand that reference. Well, because I said, we could have a trainer meet us at one end of the carpet. It'll be 15 minutes, but then it would have been a mess. And what if it pooped on the carpet, which I think would have been iconic.
That would have been camp.
They did, but they didn't allow it. But Judith Lieber made like a Swarovski poodle bag for me to carry, and Neil Lane had all of that original jewelry. So I got to wear all of her original jewelry, which pulled the whole thing together. And it was really fun. I still have several toes that are numb from the shoes that I wore. You have to sacrifice.
You didn't change into sneakers?
I didn't. I'm not, you have to understand, I'm not cool. And also, but I have to say, the Met Gala carpet is no motherfucking joke.
Right,
It's not a joke. And it's not like there's a lot of people that are like, who's that middle-aged character actress?
That's actually all I do. So think twice.
That's Louis at Whole Foods.
Yeah.
Thank God.
Swoozie Kurtz?
One of my favorite things about the Met Gala is when you see a picture of a celebrity and in the background you see another celebrity because it's just it's all happening at the same time, and there's so many famous people, which was my dilemma this year where I was they invited a lot of people.
They did invite a lot of people.
Maybe too many. Were you?
I was there.
No, please. You deserved it.
You got your invite in November.
Right.
That's
there
true.
were people who scammed their way
Were you behind someone, or was someone
we
in
got
the
there at
background?
a weird, because I've been warned it's a real log jam of celebrities. You get there and everybody waits online. It doesn't matter who you are, you're waiting on that line. And we got there and it was this weird lull, so we just sort of went in, and then I had that red carpet's a little bit soul crushing. I took you can't have. Who cares? One of the Vogue girls came over and she was like, stand there and take your picture. And I was like, okay. And then I was so uncomfortable. And then she went, you can go to the top of the stairs now. And I was like, okay. So, there's levels and levels and levels. And people, most people they don't care. They're going to work it and they're going to stop at each level and pose. And I was like, I'll go to the top of the stairs now. So I just...
Oh, you just kept walking.
I just kept walking. In fact, my fight or flight kicked in and I really hustled my ass right up those stairs. But I have to, and you have to meet the host committee. So you go up and you sort of curtsy to Anna Wintour and Lady Gaga and Harry Styles and Serena Williams. And you say hello and you kiss the ring. And that was really crazy.
Was Anna's hair in perfect parentheses?
Of course.
Just Peter, Pumpkin Eater Shell.
Absolutely.
Now, being friends with Ryan.
Yes.
Or even just in your life. Had you met Gaga before?
I have met her once before, and she's couldn't have been nicer. And when I said hello to her, she was so sweet. Hi, Leslie. She was so nice. I will admit that when I met Serena, because here's the thing, like I was raised by like nerdy Jewish parents who think that what I do for a living is endlessly tacky. I was supposed to be a rabbi. Like this is all gone sideways. So I'm a stan of everyone. So whenever I'm at an event like this, I'm like, I don't belong. I'm a fan. I'm like a person off the street that got to sneak in. So when I meet Serena Williams, I'm not just going to be like, hello, Serena Williams. I have to. So of course, I grasped her hand and I said, I think you're terrific. I couldn't help myself.
You turned into 82-year-old Katharine Hepburn in front of her.
I do wonder, like, you know when you know, like if you live in LA, you see famous people like the Erewhon or whatever. Do you know their names? So you would be like, yes, Serena. Like, you don't wait for Serena to be like, hi, I'm Serena. You're just like, we know your name is Serena Williams.
I did not. And also, that's a queen living among us. So that I'm going to bow down to. And then I had most people, I met, oh my God, I can't think of his name. Cher's clothing designer. I'm really.
Oh, Bob Mackie.
Wow. That's
Don't
tough.
you worry, Leslie.
Sierra showed up in a Bob Mackie.
Did she?
She did.
Oh, he was so lovely. But I did have one, I felt, iconic moment with Celine Dion, who I thought looked amazing. And
on my white women list.
is she?
Oh, yes.
Oh, she's fantastic.
Yes.
She's
she
funny.
Is.
You know,
She is a
nut.
white woman that Kara would cross the street and say hello to.
I would.
okay. Amazing. So she looked incredible, and there was like a moment where there was like the cocktail hour before you get to go into the room, and she was like 10 feet away from me, and I saw her sort of gesticulate towards me. And you know in 16 Candles when Samantha comes out of the church and Jake is waiting for her and he waves at her and she's like, me? I had that moment with Celine, and I went, me? And she went, and then she pointed at my necklace, and she pointed at my hair, and she pointed at my dress, and then went, It was great. And then I just said, I love you. And that was it.
I need to actually illustrate that for the people at home. The wave she did in front of her face was very circular and very swishy.
Yes.
And befitting of the Met Gala.
She was
Celine
essentially.
sort of lip purse too.
Yeah.
Just it was a lot of like facial expression, like a lot of this.
She was Bradley Cooper to your,
She
Gaga.
really was. But
She wanted to get one more look at you.
But
That's
nice.
That's like maybe the best
it's so
interaction you could have gotten at the Met Gala.
Yes, it was so sweet.
Because you look at Celine and you feel like you see her dressed in the tassels and the headdress, and you're like, she just pulled that out of her closet. Like she just had that.
She was there to have fun. That's what I liked.
Yeah.
She was not taking herself seriously. She had a great sense of humor about herself, and it was exciting, guys.
So what was it like when you got inside? Like, can you share any tidbits from the party?
Is there an inside? I'm confused.
So you go inside and you walk through the exhibition of all the camp clothes, which is actually great, but it's sort of hard to absorb in that moment. And also you have to remember that my feet were broken. They were broken stumps on my feet. And I was hanging on to Ryan's husband so hard that he was like, you're actually pulling me down? And I was like, well, this is why you work out, for me to hold on to you. So you walk, and it's hard, museum floors. Wow, I'm really fetching about the museum floors, the Met Gala. You walk through the display, then after the display, there's a cocktail party, and then you have cocktails, and there's past hors d'oeuvres, which nobody eats. And then you walk like another 10 minutes through another display, and then you go sit down at your table. And I will say that when I finally got to my table, because I'm with Ryan, and everybody wants to talk to Ryan, so we were one of the last people that got into the room. And at this point, I had left my body because of the foot pain. I'm such an ancient Jewish woman that's all I want to talk about is my foot pain. But I got to the table, and the seats were assigned, and Kristen Stewart was sitting in my seat talking to Emma Roberts, and I don't know Kristen Stewart. And I just walked up to her and I went, hello, you must move. Now, out of my seat, go. And she was the cutest and most adorable, and she was like, oh my God. And I was like, my feet are bloody stumps. You've got to move. And she really understood. So I sat down, and then you know how like the party's in the bathroom, I guess? I didn't leave my table the entire time.
You didn't go smoke a cigarette with Kendall Jenner?
No.
You didn't see Katy Perry just hiding in her hamburger
Did you
outfit?
see that video?
I did, with J-Lo coming out of the stall.
It was so Katy, because I know them, right? And J-Lo just doesn't care. Like it's not even like she was like, oh, that's weird. J-Lo was like, oh, it's not. I'm here, so I obviously don't care about this hamburger lady that's happening.
It's
right
also
now.
like if you're J-Lo and you've been in the industry, like how many times have you seen these girls in hamburger costumes?
She had the toothpick hat.
Yeah, she was really the toothpick, not the hamburger.
It was so cute. And I have to
was.
say that chandelier dress up close was really stunning. It was very beautiful. It looked...
I know. I thought it was good. It played sort of like a B+ to me. Yeah. I honestly can't stop thinking about how your feet look like backwards clubs like James Caan in Misery.
No, I do think about that a lot because anytime I have to wear heels in a standing thing, and I see these ladies on the carpet, and I'm like, oh, you must change into something, or like you're like Oprah where you pay a peasant to break your shoes in or something.
But this is something I actually think about a lot, like just from a female perspective, that if you're a woman or someone who identifies as female and you're wearing 6-inch stiletto heels, you really can't enjoy these experiences. You really can't in the same way that men can. I'm sorry, but you can't because every single person who's worn heels knows exactly what I'm talking about. You've got a 15-minute window where you're like, I can totally wear these. And then by about minute 45, you're like, I can't breathe. I want to die. And then it just becomes the entirety of your evening. So it sucks. And it's another thing, the war on women, guys, are our shoes.
You see those, Serena was in those sneakers.
Because she's motherfucking Serena.
Williams, yeah.
She can do that. And everyone's like, that's adorable.
You know what I would have loved to see the conversation with Anna Wintour where Serena's team was like, so Serena's going to be in some Nikes. And Anna having to just decide what she was going to do about that.
She pulled a second pair of shades over the shades she was already wearing.